The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
What's up, everybody? It's the week of shit. I don't have my date in front of me. July 29th, 2019. I am Taylor Cooper. This is Might Be Sports. With me, as always, CJ. What up, CJ?
How's it going?
Kevin Reevy is on the Might Be Sports line with us right now because he is where? Where are you, Reevy?
Okay, so here's the deal. I had something very important to do, and my phone died because, okay, here's why my phone died. So my phone was kind of low.
Phone died.
My phone was kind of low all day, and it's hard to play golf and not use the GPS app at the same time. It kind of kills the battery. So, yeah, I was playing golf, and it went really long. It wasn't supposed to go as long. It ended up being over a 5-hour round, and that's not great. And so so I was two things that are not good. Very late, absurdly late, and with no way to communicate. So that's where we're at now. I'm a horrible human being, but I mean, what's great about the podcast is that voice can travel in many ways.
Yes.
So I got cell phone technology, and
it's good that you're still here with us.
Okay, terrific.
We're gonna roll with it. But what's ironic is that are we going to talk about? Well, I guess because I'm bringing it up, we are going to talk about it. We lost Andrew.
We did. Yep, Andrew.
So it's like,
yeah.
So now it's like, and this could be construed as me doing like a kind of like a protest. Like I'm not in studio because I'm protesting Andrew leaving. So you could read it that way.
Are you protesting him leaving?
Are you? Yeah. Is that what this is about? Is that what this is about?
Andrew's gone, and I'm pissed off, so I just took off and went golfing because screw everyone. No, that's not true. It was just golf isn't supposed to take that long. There's too many holes.
Well, and to be fair about Andrew, we didn't realistically lose him. He's just going to be doing more of the writing stuff. He's still going to be contributing to the show, calling in from time to time, and giving us some NFL insider information for sure. Like you've mentioned many times before on the show, Reevy, Andrew's blowing up big time, and he's doing a lot of really good work. You can follow him, find him on Twitter, find him on Patreon. He's got a Patreon profile himself, doing a bunch of writing and stuff, doing a lot of really, really great inside stuff on the Eagles. And I'm really happy for him. I'm really proud of him. And I'm looking forward to just having him back on as just a contributor. Because I know that, like, he's stretched real thin, doing all the writing stuff and going to different camps and doing this and doing that. So, you know, I don't want him to stress over it. I don't want him to focus on what's going to be doing it for him. You know what I mean? Reevy?
Okay, terrific.
I guess we lost him.
Did we lose Reevy? I think we lost him live on the air. No? He's still here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
He's back.
All right, sorry. This is a total disaster. This episode's a total disaster. But can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
All right, so Andrew being gone, this is his time where he does like the in-depth stuff with the guys on the fringe of the roster and all that kind of stuff. So it makes sense. He needs to focus his time on that. And, you know, Might Be Sports will roll on.
Correct. Might Be Sports will continue. And we're still going to have Andrew as a contributor, which is great. So everybody wins. Reevy, what do you have to talk about this week? I mean, I'm looking at some NFL stuff. I'm looking at USA Today's projected record predictions and shit. I'm trying to find where the Eagles are.
I know they're up there.
11-5. USA Today has them going 11-5, winning the division. Dallas behind them in number 2, going 9-7. Giants 5-11, and bottom of the barrel Redskins 3-13. I kind of agree
I don't
with all that.
understand all the Dallas love. I mean, maybe 9-7 is not that great, but I think there's overall globally right now there's way too much love going to Dallas, and I don't get it. I don't see the talent on the roster. I think Dak Prescott, he could be so hit or miss. There's probably 20 quarterbacks in the league better than him.
Yeah.
So I don't see it.
Yeah, that and all the distractions with Zeke and the possibility of him. I'm hearing is he doing a holdout or something? Is that what's going on with Zeke right now?
I believe so.
Yeah, he's got 2 years left on his deal, and it's not paying him a ton of money. And the Cowboys are holding a hard line because if he gets suspended, if he gets in trouble one more time, he gets suspended for a very significant amount of time. So it's hard to say that Zeke holds a lot of cards because he put himself in a situation where, I mean, there's not a whole lot of bargaining room for him.
Right.
Because he got in trouble, that creates a situation for Dallas. And they're saying, hey, play out your contract, or at least you got 2 years left. Give us one more year.
Right. I know that Jerry Jones isn't very happy about it. I mean, he doesn't really even seem to be very bothered by it, actually, from what I saw in the news today. But I don't know. I agree with you completely that there's way too much love being thrown at them. But at the same time, you look at the Giants offseason so far, and they've literally lost every single receiver worth throwing to, either because they traded them away or they're injured out for the season. And then I can't even really name more than 2 players on the Redskins roster. So I guess that the Cowboys would almost get to 9-7 almost by default, just because they'd at least get 4 wins right off the bat from these other jokers.
Yeah, I mean, what I don't love is that too often in the NFL, you know, people throw out this point where they say, well, you know, the owners hold all the power. How come they can, you know, cut a contract midstream, but, you know, players have to play all the way through? They don't have the same deal. Well, I mean, unfortunately, that's how it works. And what's good for the player is not always at all good for the fan. I think sometimes we forget that fans should be on the side of the owners. We want to get these guys for as cheap as possible. As fans, I mean, you root for the player on your team, but you root for the team first and foremost. I think that gets lost. And I see all the time fans say, oh, it's not fair, it's not fair. Well, be careful what you wish for, because you're always on the side of the team. Well, the owner owns the team. The players change all the time. They retire, they get traded, they become free agents, they come and go. So if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan right now, as much as you love Zeke Elliott, you don't want him to get his way. It doesn't help the team. That's just the way it works.
Right.
If you want to give all the power to the players, then that's the NBA. And that's a dysfunctional mess right now, as far as I'm concerned.
One thing that I'm seeing that's interesting is the AFC North projections. They've got Pittsburgh winning the division 11-5, followed very closely at 10-6 by the Cleveland Browns. They got the Ravens going 8-8 and the Bengals going 3-13. But that should be a fun division to watch this year, with the Steelers being, you know, I don't know how. What I'm curious to see is how the departure of Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, obviously Le'Veon Bell not playing last year, but with the two of them being gone, I'm interested to see how they win the division going against somebody as stacked, seemingly on paper, as the Cleveland Browns are this year.
Has Bud Light made their bet yet?
I don't know. We'd have to look that up. I don't know.
But also, like 11-5 for the Steelers, I don't see how that makes any sense when they lost that kind of talent.
Right.
When they lose and Antonio Brown, and yeah, like they didn't have Le'Veon Bell at all last year. But also look at what the Steelers did last year. It was not that impressive. I believe they missed the playoffs. You know, James Conner, is he going to be as impressive when everyone knows he's the primary back and they have a whole offseason to prepare for him? I don't see like the talent that gives them an 11-5 record the same as the Eagles. The Eagles are stacked.
Right.
So yeah, I understand I'm being a little bit of a homer when I say that, but man, it puts a lot of I don't want to say pressure, but a lot of belief in Ben Roethlisberger when he's way, way, way closer to the end of his career than his prime.
Right.
And I think he's the kind of guy that would kind of fall off the face of the earth. You are obviously seeing quarterbacks playing better or longer, but if there is kind of a prototype guy that would kind of start to fade, I think it would be like the big guys. I mean, how long can he keep doing it? He's just too big.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
I mean, Drew Brees, like a smaller guy, you could see him like, he's not the same guy physically than he used to be, but, he's just, there's a smaller frame. There's, less he has to work with. A big guy like that, there's just too many things that could go wrong. So I don't know. He's still doing it. Do you think he's still playing great?
Do you think that Cleveland is going to win that division then?
It makes sense on paper.
Yeah.
But I think the history of it, nobody wants to believe in it. Right. And I get that. And I mean, football more than any other sport, you need to come together and there's a lot of new guys on that team and you have to gel, but there's a lot of really impressive talent on that team too that you cannot ignore.
Right.
And they came on pretty strong at the end of the year last year. So it's not like they're building totally from scratch. They kind of had something going last year too.
Right. Another very interesting division to watch this season is going to be the AFC West. USA Today has the Los Angeles Chargers winning the division at 12-4, followed by an 11-5 Kansas City Chiefs, then the 5-11 Oakland Raiders, and the 4-12 Denver Broncos. I like the Chargers, but I don't know. I guess what I need to see is how the second season of Patrick Mahomes shapes up. I mean, you see a lot of groundbreaking talent come and go so fast in the NFL, and what I think I just need to see is if Patrick Mahomes, not that I doubt that if he's the real deal, but I just want to see if he can do a repeat performance of last season. Because if he can, I mean, he's very, very incredible. Would you? I mean, you agree?
Well, yeah, but I mean, but at the same time, I think the Chargers' love is kind of, misplaced because they kind of came from nowhere last year. And again, Phillip Rivers is one of those guys way, way closer to the end than his prime. And I think he's one of those guys that if he's going to start to tail off, now's the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the Chiefs, their trajectory is going nowhere but up.
Right.
I love the Chiefs. I kind of thought their time was last year. It didn't work out. They have a really solid team. I still don't love running quarterbacks. I think that trend is getting a little overblown. If you continuously put your quarterbacks in a position to get hurt, bad things are going to happen. And here's the thing. With the NFL, a lot of trends don't last long. Like, the NFL can change the rules to mold trends. There's nothing you can really do. Like, if the NFL changes the rules and, they say you can't hit the quarterback and, every single play is pass interference, then there's no choice but to increase the passing game. But if you're going to, organically inside the game as a coach, change the game and have more rushing quarterbacks and try to run the ball with the quarterback and do faceted things, the defense will respond. They're not changing the rules. They're changing the way they play the game. But guess what? There's a defensive response. So there's going to be a defensive response to all the running quarterback thing. And I wouldn't get used to this trend because I think it's going to go back to a more pocket passer kind of deal because you're going to see quarterbacks getting hurt. The defense is going to respond. They're going to be ready for Mahomes and whoever, and it's going to go back to, you want a versatile guy, a guy who can run out of the pocket, but not a guy that's going to run first or run even second. You're going to see, I think Russ Wilson's probably the best quarterback you would want to have that kind of combination, but you don't want a guy that's going to run too much. It's just begging for trouble.
See, I don't really look at Patrick Mahomes necessarily as a run-first quarterback. I mean, I definitely he definitely had quite a few really nice runs last season, but I mean,
right.
But I do agree with what you're saying as far as the prototypical running quarterback is being injury prone, because that just makes sense. Because they're
he just runs
get hit
so much,
yeah.
And it's not really like the run first thing. That doesn't really exist that much. There was, what's his name? Jackson out of Baltimore last year. That's an example of a run-first quarterback. That's never going to work. But if you keep putting your quarterback in a position where he can get hurt, he's going to get hurt. It's just going to happen. It's not the position where you want a guy taking a ton of hits. They're going to get hurt. It happens all the time. But it's not even that. It's combining that with the fact that the defenses are going to respond. That's their job. So I just think it's not going to be as easy for those guys. And especially in like year two, you see a lot of the running quarterback kind of guys, once they have 1 year under their belt and the opposition can prepare for them and know exactly what they bring to the table, things change. Like Vince Young, Mike Vick had to deal with that. I guess you can't really use that as an example, but damn, his name's escaping me. But from the Texans, year two, he got hurt. But again, it's tough when you're not a prototypical pocket passer. Defenses kind of know what you're going to do. If you can sit there in the pocket and just drill darts to your receivers, there's no real defense for that.
Right.
So that's what I kind of like about Carson Wentz. Everybody says, the reason why he wasn't successful last year was because he couldn't run, he couldn't do all that. I'm not looking for him to run all that much. Just be versatile, be agile, but you got to hit your passes.
Yeah.
I mean, Eli Manning he's been successful his entire career without running the football. Tom Brady's the best quarterback in football. He doesn't run the football. So I don't understand why it's this necessity all of a sudden to have a two-way quarterback when the best guys in football right now. I mean, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger last year, they both had they had some of their best seasons of their career, and they are not running the football. So I think it's going to trend back towards that. We'll see. But the thing is, Mahomes is still great at that kind of stuff. He can still throw.
Right.
So we're not talking about guys that can only run. But, yeah, he's going to come down to earth, and we'll see what that results in. But he's not going to throw – gosh, how many touchdowns did he throw last year? 50?
Yeah, something like that. Some obscene number.
They're going to be defense is going to be way, way, way more prepared for him this year. But it's still a great team. And I think the Chargers, they could win 6, and I wouldn't be surprised. Philip Rivers is, I think he's an old man. Let me tell you, I don't know.
Let me tell you something, because I kept scrolling down on this, this ratings and predictions thing here. And USA Today has the Eagles entering the playoffs in the wild card as a 3 seed. Okay. Going to the divisional round, beating the Falcons, and winning the NFC Championship against the Bears to lose the Super Bowl to the Chargers.
The Chargers? That's a dumb pick. I don't get that. I don't understand it. I don't think the Chargers are that impressive.
No.
It's not Bud Light endorsed.
They kind of came out of nowhere last year, and then now we're supposed to – everything's so based on last year, but all we see is that things change crazy from year to year. So why we put so much onus on last year, I don't get it.
They're changing – it's because they're changing the jerseys, the home jerseys, to the electric blue.
Well, there you go. Now I feel stupid. Because, yeah, That's the difference.
I mean, that's what makes a team.
Right.
Blue jerseys.
Yeah, I mean, they are the hottest jersey in the league, arguably. But I don't know. I think that them winning the Super Bowl, I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I was very surprised and not, happy to see them predict that the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl, but to lose to the Chargers, nah, I don't see that. Nah.
Yeah, Rivers won't finish the year.
Unless Nate Sudfeld's playing.
He's going to get hurt.
Unless Nate Sudfeld's playing in the Super Bowl, I don't see it happening. So,
I mean, this is where I become like a major homer, and it goes against all reason. I believe in Nate Sudfeld, backup quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'll tell you what. I forget who said it, but there was some NFL insider that said, and it's one of those things when you're a fan of a team and somebody says something positive, you latch onto that and you never forget it, and it's so unreasonable. But he did say that he would take Nate Sudfeld over any quarterback taken in this past draft. So I forget who said it, but take it for what it's worth. It's probably bullshit, but he looks all right. When you see him play, he's a prototypical guy. He's got all the mechanics down. You never know how they're going to perform when, the lights are on. But he seems to have a decent body of work going for him. He's, like I said, he's got all the tools. If it came down to Nate Sudfeld quarterbacking the team, I think they're comfortable with it. He's been with the team long enough. And at this point, what's too crazy? I mean, Nick Foles came in and won a Super Bowl, beating Tom Brady and the damn Patriots. So if it came down to it, I don't think they'd be that screwed with Nate Sudfeld. They've already done crazier things.
If it came down to it, the Eagles would lose to the Chargers in the Super Bowl with Nate Sudfeld at the helm. That's how I feel.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Nate Sudfeld against Phillip Rivers, though? I don't know. I like that matchup. But I don't think it's going to come down to that because Phillip Rivers is going to get hurt. That team's going to tank. They're going to win. I'll tell you right now, the Chargers are going to win. I'll give them. I don't want to do this, but I'll say 8. I want to say 7, but I'll go. They win 8 games.
Yeah,
I'm not going over 8 games.
Yeah,
so they're going to win that nail biter.
If you gave me 8 as an over/under, I would take the under with the 8 as a push. So put it that way.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So everyone who's like a gambler, bet against the Chargers. Take the under. I don't know what their number is. It's probably around like 10, as far as like the Vegas number is 10.5. Take the under. Good bet. By the way, I lose everything I bet all the time, so don't really trust me.
Well, let's do some rapid fire. We're going to do a short episode again this week. Let's do rapid fire real quick.
All right, but first, so Bud Light makes the predictions mid-August.
Okay.
But they did announce any aliens that escape Area 51, they will give free Bud Light too.
Oh.
All right, let me get into rapid fire.
Let's do rapid fire.
We need to have some sort of intro for the rapid fire.
You just missed it.
Yeah.
I mean, besides our like, pachoo, pachoo. Like, come on, we're better than this. We have a new
we have a new
system
thing
in place.
Yeah.
We can do better.
Oh, we will. And we will. I promise you that.
Okay, terrific.
All right, ready?
Yes.
Colin Kaepernick, Eric Reed still anthem kneeling, and I love it.
Cool, I guess, but he's not going to be able to talk about it, right? I mean, isn't that the deal with the whole non-disclosure agreement that they settled on with this whole thing? Wasn't Eric Reed part of that?
Yeah, I don't think. No, he can't talk about like the money and stuff.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, I don't mean that he can't talk about the issues, but he can't talk about anything else, right?
He can,
like with the court thing, with anything regarding the NFL, the players' union, all that stuff.
Unless it's the issue that he's kneeling, he can still talk about the issue.
Yeah, no. I know he can still talk about the issue. I'm saying he can't talk about like pretty much anything else, right? Is what I'm to understand.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So he can't call anybody a clown this year or a sellout. That's what it was. Eric Reed.
I'll just say this, and I won't say a damn thing more. It's gotten so childish. Kneeling, not kneeling, who cares? It serves literally zero purpose at this point because the whole point of it, whatever it was, is now completely lost, and the argument is solely on arguing about whether a person kneels or not. It serves zero positive purpose one way or the other. It's so childish. It needs to just go away. And people should spend their time doing something actually positive towards whatever cause they're trying to push instead of arguing about kneeling or not. It's dumb.
Well, that might be Eric Reed's issue now is freedom of speech. So he's going to keep kneeling just to prove that.
I mean, my whole thing with it is that the Players Coalition with Malcolm Jenkins and a slew of other players got the NFL to give a bunch of money to the cause that they're fighting for and to help injustice and to help inner city groups and all kinds of stuff. And Eric Reed called him a sellout. Colin Kaepernick, co-signed that, and then they signed this whole agreement. We went through it in season 1. You can listen to it there. But I just, I agree with you, Reevy, to a point where, when does it stop with the NFL doing what they can to help? When does it stop? So
to what end? And this is what a lot of people have. Why a lot of people have a problem with progressivism is that word, progressivism. It just keeps moving forward. It doesn't matter how much progress you make. It just moves on and keeps going and going and going. And nothing's ever good enough. Nothing's ever solved. Nothing ever is changed enough. They move on to the next thing, or they ratchet it up more and more and more. When is anyone satisfied? Everyone's just angry all the time. There's a lot of progress being made, but you'd never know it because the train just has to keep moving forward. And it's just dumb at this point. I mean, whether you kneel or whatever you're doing, how about just stop and do something, actually do something for your cause.
Right.
You don't need to do any of that. Just do something for your cause and project that into the world when you're actually making a difference. But the kneeling stuff, it's jumped the shark so much to this point that it serves zero positive. It's got a zero positive effect one way or the other. It just makes everyone angry, and it's pointless.
I know that Colin Kaepernick has put a lot of his money where his mouth is as far as the issues, and I assume that Eric Reed has as well as a whole lot of other players have. It's just such a, anymore it's just kind of, I don't know if it's lost its potency. I don't know. I'm sure that there's political reasoning behind some of the people that kneel or protest or, however they protest, whether it's kneeling or otherwise. I don't know. At this point, I'm just excited for football, and I'm just not looking forward to any of the kneeling stuff because all it does is, like you said, it just causes arguments left and right. You know what I mean? At this point, I'm just excited for football. Next, Craig.
Yeah, and that's what the focus should be on, and that's what I'm looking forward to football too. And this other ancillary stuff like that should be in the background off the field, and we can still talk about it. And let's talk about, all the good things the players are doing off the field, but let's try to keep that off the field. That seems pretty reasonable.
Right.
And let's, in the meantime, let's watch some good football and not have to argue about the bullshit. Anyway, we're going way against the rapid fire. Next.
Dana White, insane 50th birthday bash. Gwen Stefani and Don Henley performed.
Who and where?
Dana White.
Yeah.
50th birthday party.
Uh-huh.
Gwen Stefani,
okay.
Don Henley performed.
Wow. Together?
I didn't say if it was together. But
that would have been epic either way. I mean, together apart.
That's a weird combo.
Yeah, it is a weird combo. That's why I wanted to know if they did like a duet of some kind, because that would be ill.
I mean, Boys of Summer, Don Henley. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That definitely overshadows Gwen Stefani performing.
For sure. I wonder who opened for who. Like, I would hope that, like, Gwen Stefani would have done, like, a 15-minute set, and then Don Henley would have just rocked out for, like, you know, the rest of the night. Just all the greatest hits. Next.
Tony Stewart punches fan in the face in racetrack fight caught on video.
Yo, NASCAR is kind of rugged sometimes, man. Like, you see some of the fights between, like, the drivers, and then sometimes fans get involved. I don't watch NASCAR ever, but, like, sometimes it looks pretty entertaining. Reevy, do you have anything to say about NASCAR?
It's like one race every year, and it's the Daytona 500, and that's pretty much it.
That's the only one you watch?
Yeah, if you have a few bucks on it, I try to, get some friends together. We find a way to bet on it, and it gets exciting in that way. But I've never been a racing guy. I have got no interest in it. Never been a big car guy. I get how people can get into it. I mean, shit, if you can get into soccer, you can get into anything. I mean, there's some boring stuff out there. I'm a baseball fan, and I get how people say that's boring as hell. So it's just whatever you grow up with is what you're into. But you could always find a way, just like with women's soccer, going for the gold. You could find a way to be like, all right, even this can be entertaining every once in a while. But I wouldn't want to do it all the time.
This is from a guy that watches golf all the time.
How I still found a way to insult women's soccer. But that had literally nothing to do with women's soccer, and I brought it around.
I noticed that.
That's great. By the way, what's going on with women's soccer right now?
Oh,
I mean,
oh, dude, it's on fire.
Are they still in the news, or wait? So now we're like a few weeks out of the World Cup, and so no one's talking about them anymore? That's weird.
I like how he says it on a day that they're actually in the sports report since the head coach left.
Yeah, she did leave. Yeah, she's done.
Well, I mean, that's not really a positive story,
it's
is it?
not. No,
but it's a story that brought it back to the front page for the day.
Hey,
on the day that you said
good news.
That is true.
My God, I hate it.
All right. O.J. Simpson warns Jerry Jones, you better pay Zeke.
I don't care. I really hope he doesn't. And then I hope that Zeke ends up on some shit team like, I don't know, the Buffalo Bills.
I don't know.
Now, like, all right, what if this is insane? But so OJ is a free man. What if somebody just went like crazy and said, "Hey, let's hire OJ to be like our NFL analyst for some show. I don't know what network, what it would be on, but like you're free to do that. You could do it. What if it's a network that had nothing to lose and they're just saying we're going for it. We're hiring OJ as an analyst and just see what happens, or like an internet radio show or a podcast. People are going to listen to that stuff. I don't know if you could get away with it, but technically he's a free man. You can hire him. Is that the craziest possibility, or do you think? I mean, what do you think? Is that possible?
I don't know. The videos he posts, he's very threatening to people on the internet.
Yeah,
like not the threats
but
he's
a lot
done.
Of views.
Yeah, because like this video, he is kind of. It seems very angry towards Jerry Jones,
right?
For no reason,
right? Yeah, he's a weird dude. I don't know if the ratings would do well because you'd have a lot of people mad that he's on TV because they think that he committed the crime that he was.
You saw people checking out, then you could sell it would work.
You think? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would work, but I mean, would he work though? Like personality wise?
Oh no, not at all. Like you would have to rotate hosts around him.
Right.
If you
I don't
want to
talk out of turn. I don't want to talk out of turn, but I think he's got anger issues.
Okay, terrific.
It's really coming through on his Twitter, and he should. I don't know. He should work on that because it can come out in ways that
it could lead to him hurting himself or others.
Right.
Yeah, and we don't want that. No one wants that.
Making his friend drive him around in a Bronco for hours.
You know, or
Let's just thoughts and prayers for OJ right now.
going to find stuff that was in a storage locker, and his fist ended up hitting some guy.
Yeah, right, exactly. You got any more, CJ?
I got one more.
One more.
Little Pump. I love LeBron and expensive purses. Now watch me ball out.
I don't know what any of that meant.
So
I did, and it sucks. I don't. Ugh.
Now my question is, why is Little Pump carrying around a purse, a Louis Vuitton purse?
Because he can, and it's the new trends of these young hip hop guys. And it,
Are they calling it a purse?
Yeah, it's a Louis Vuitton purse.
It's a straight up purse. Yep.
I miss the days when we had the self-respect to call it a men's carry-all. Can we just get back to
It's a satchel.
That?
Yeah.
It was a lie, but it was a respectable lie.
I don't know. People talk about bullying. This is what happens when, you stop the bullying. This rapper thinks it's okay to have a purse, right. A Louis Vuitton purse, instead of being picked on like he should.
I'm okay with bullying guys with purses. I mean, I think that should happen. Now, if you want to call it a satchel or I don't know, a knapsack, a men's carry-all, a European bag, if you call it a purse, it's like, all right, now you're being aggressive, and I'm going to bully you for this.
Wow,
that's the natural response.
I don't know. I feel the only acceptable thing to have would be a Louis Vuitton fanny bag.
Fanny bag, yeah. See, now I'm not anti dudes carrying purses. I'm just anti how just dumb this new hip hop fashion culture or whatever is. As a hip hop fan, I just it bothers me.
Well, how he's carrying the video too. It's him walking into a place with it up, like holding it like about chest level, so it's out, so you can see it's a Louis Vuitton.
It's all the drugs. It's all the drugs got him acting funny, man. That's how it is. The music sucks now too because all the drugs.
Now the key question: what does he carry in the man purse?
Probably a lot of weed. Knowing him, who knows? Accessories.
Yeah, why do you need all that storage?
Yeah.
Who knows? Who cares? Let's do...
I'd care now.
Yeah, right. All right, let's do Go to the Week and get out of here.
Might Be Sports presents the greatest of all time.
Of the week. All right, my Go to the Week this week is... it's not sports related, okay? But just tonight, as we speak, Jackie and I went and saw the new Lion King movie, and my go to the week is Seth Rogen because he, as Pumbaa, outsang Beyonce in this movie. I'm not even kidding. I didn't hate the movie. I enjoyed it, but I do feel as though the original is better in almost every sense of the word. To sum up my feelings of the movie, Beyonce outacted Donald Glover, and Seth Rogen outsang Beyonce.
Well, did Seth Rogen outsing Childish Gambino?
Yes, I believe he did. Timon and Pumbaa stole the show. Fantastic. They were like really, really good. But I don't know. Seth Rogen's my go to the week. I was kind of overall a little disappointed by The Lion King. Not like that's how legendary The Lion King is. Like I still really like this movie. Don't get me wrong. Jon Favreau is amazing. The CGI was incredible. The movie itself was, of course, great because the story is, of course, great. I love the new take on it. I really enjoyed all of the live action stuff that I've seen so far, all the remakes. I just was kind of, I don't know. I feel like it didn't quite live up to the hype for me. Reevy, what do you got?
All right. Well, in keeping with me being woefully unprepared today, I don't really have a go to the week, but I feel like to kind of tie this in with what we were just talking about, I got to bully you a little bit for seeing The Lion King and having, a wild boar or whatever that character is. Pumbaa was your goat of the week?
Correct, yes, yeah.
Pumbaa was your goat of the week. This is our worst episode ever, and I think we had some good conversation, but I was golfing and my phone died and I lost track of time, and your goat of the week is an animated animal from The Lion King.
It's Seth Rogen for portraying him very great.
Yeah.
His performance is fantastic.
It's the goat of the week for Seth Rogen portraying a wild boar. So he should win an Oscar.
Yo.
And we were supposed to record late today, so you could see Lion King. So we worked this all around your Lion King thing, and still I wasn't there on time. It's a train wreck. We're going to get this train back on the tracks next week, though. It's going to be a great episode. We're going to have a good interview. I'm going to tease it. It's going to be a great interview next week. I'm teasing it because I'm not exactly sure who it's going to be, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good, though. I promise you that. It's going to be good.
Excellent, man. Well, Reevy, you did a great job. Thanks for calling in and still making the episode happen. And CJ, you did a great job as well tonight.
Thank you.
And next week is the mid-season finale week. Mid-season finale for news, sports, and relatable. That is next week. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the mid-season finale of Foundation Radio, and we'll be back next week. But after that, we'll be back after the after Labor Day. So, Reevy, great job tonight, man.
Love you guys. Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
I suck.
No problem. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much for listening. Go to patreon.com/MBN Network for all the exclusive stuff that we do on the network. We got network swag, all kinds of stuff, monthly giveaways. It's a good time. Go to mbnnetwork.com for all the other podcasts that you want to hear, everything we do. It's everywhere. Go, go, go. It's never been easier for you to find your new favorite podcast. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.